Alright guys, this is inaccurate. So last night I was watching an anime called Orphan. It was the remake of an old series. Uh, do not watch it. So this anime basically got me thinking about what other animes did I not like over the years. And there was one that particularly stuck out in my mind. You already probably know from the title. It's called Vinland Saga. Now, by no means is Vinland Saga a bad anime. Like, it has a very high budget, so the art looks good. It's very cleaned and fleshed out. The action is very fluid. It looks very cinematic. The story's pacing is very good. But even with all of this, there is just one thing I do not like about Vinland Saga, and that is the main character, Thor. So when you first start watching Vinland Saga, Thor is just a kid, he's there with his dad and, he's learning a bunch of stuff and whatever. So spoiler alert, and there's going to be a lot from now on, he gets on the boat to join his dad when his dad has to go clear up some bandits or some Vikings or whatever. I think, in my opinion, he becomes the main reason why his father died, because his father had to protect him, which is completely fine. I mean, this has happened in other stories. I mean, he's just a kid, so, let it go, right? So he gets his father killed, and then instead of returning back home, he instead follows his father's killer and his band of Viking friends so that he doesn't lose track of them. And I was thinking to myself, like, why the fuck would you do that? You're like a 10-year-old kid with like a knife, and your father just died, and like you're nowhere near strong enough to take any of these guys on. And then I gave him the benefit of the doubt again. So he's just a kid. He's doing dumb fucking ass shit. And you know what? This is also passable because I know it is the manga's author's way of steering him in a different direction so that he's going more along the criminal line. This part can be overlooked. So, yeah, he's a dumbass kid. Just from these actions. And then the second thing that kind of popped out to me was, like fast forward, he's now 15 or 14. He keeps talking about honorable duels because the guy who killed his father did not do it in an honorable way to his dad. And I was just like, okay, but like he also betrayed this old lady and her granddaughter so that the guy who killed his father could invade this small village and pretty much just kill and pillage and rap everyone. Like he was the guy who pretty much set all that up. And he's there talking about honor when he did like the most kind of like dishonorable thing, which I mean obviously is another way for the author to kind of show like a duality of him. But I was just going like, this kid is fucking dumb as fucking dirt, isn't he? Like, I'm just like, I'm watching him do all this stuff and I'm watching this story progress and he's just like this dumb motherfucker. Given that, obviously he's like strong, he does a lot of crazy shit like backflips and he can like slit people's throats, but like, god damn, is he fucking stupid. And then fast forward even more to episode 17. Okay, so I wanted to stop it right here. So when I said episode 17, I actually meant episode 8. And then when I said by the end of the series, I actually meant the end of the first part of the season, which would be, like the episode 12, episode 13 mark. So, yep, my bad. So I'm going to say this right now. I stopped at episode 17. This is what kind of broke the camel's back for me. Remember at the very end of episode 17 where he talks to the slave girl? Well, the slave girl approached him and started talking to him. But like, she started having conversation with him, talking about all this stuff about what being a slave is like, how, Thor seems like a slave himself, which I mean, like, yeah, but, he chose to kind of like follow his father's killer. He chose to be like a dumbass. He chose all these bad decisions. He pretty much says he's not a slave, and then he kind of like openly mocks her for even thinking that and for being a slave. And I was just like, you dumb motherfucker. Like, you did this whole fucking journey following your father's killer because supposedly you love your father so fucking much. Yet in episode 1, your father taught you about how slavery is bad and how everyone wants to be free. And you're here like openly mocking a slave. I was just like, you fucking dumb piece of shit. Like, you, holy fuck, dude. And then I like, part of me thought I was like overreacting, and part of me thought it was like, okay, well, you know, like, obviously this is going somewhere. You know, this is episode 17. There's about 7 more episodes. This has to go somewhere. There's eventually reaching a climax that eventually, you know, maybe he has like a redemption arc. Maybe he actually does something cool for once in the fucking series, you know, instead of pissing me off. And then, you know, because I was watching this like on a weekly basis. So, you know, on the end of each episode, you know, there's a preview for the next episode. So I watched this preview. And it's like, oh, hey, we're going to take this to a new state. We're going to invade this new city. And I think it was like London or something. And I was just like, I watched this. It was like fucking Attack on Titan buildings with big ass walls and stuff. And I was just like, this guy is not going to have a progression in the story, is he? This next arc is pretty much just going to be him killing people and him letting these band of Vikings and his father's killer kill even more people. And like I said, I stopped at episode 17, so I actually don't know what's happened. These are just like the thoughts I had at that point. And I was just like, I can't fucking watch the rest of this, dude. This guy's way too fucking stupid. He doesn't even remotely care about his dad. Like, why the hell am I even watching this? So I just dropped its ass. And the reason why I kind of feel so strongly about him repeatedly making dumbass mistakes is because I've also watched another anime that permanently scarred my brain on this kind of issue. This anime is called Toga Inu no Chi. To sum it up, it's this anime about this guy who's like the king of like underground fighters. And then, you know, something happens and then he gets transferred over to like this other kind of fighting sport, which involves murdering people. I was just like, okay, well, you know, he's the king of fighters, right? So he's probably gonna like whoop some ass, right? It was 12 episodes long, in which every single episode he fucking lost. There was one exception where he got a tie, but then his friend came in and pretty much killed the guy he was fighting. So he got a pass on that one. I'm just watching this, like, I kept thinking, like, he's gonna get like a redemption, like he's actually gonna kill something, he's actually gonna make progress. No, he does not make progress. He keeps getting his ass whooped throughout the whole series. And I got the same exact feeling from Vinland Saga. This guy is gonna keep making dumb fucking ass mistakes. He's not gonna be able to progress the story because the manga author doesn't want to progress the story. And I'm just like, I can't fucking watch this, dude. Like, how many times is he gonna make a mistake? How many times are you gonna make the same goddamn mistake until you figure out that you're not supposed to keep making that mistake? It's just very aggravating to watch. Nonetheless, everything else, Vinland Saga is a really good anime. You know, it even has like Vikings. Like, I haven't seen a Viking anime in like forever. That's pretty unique and original in itself. I don't know if it's gonna have a season 2. It probably is. Like, a lot of people liked it, but Jesus fuck, dude. Someone needs to like tear his brain out and put someone else's brain in there or something. I don't know. But yeah, this was just me kind of ranting about this. Like, I've always kind of felt this way about Vinland Saga. Anyways, I'm out. Bye.